Hi everyone. Today I want to talk about manifesting, creation, the wonderment of a child. I'm not talking about the law of attraction. What I'm talking about is those moments when we wonder about something and then poof, we see it come into our creation. And this can be something as simple as, for instance, I'll use an example. It's sometimes better to explain something when we actually have an experience to go from that is our own. So I'm going to use the time several years ago when I was working in a market. I'd register. And in that market, there was a bakery that every morning they would do, fresh baking. You could smell the breads being baked, the scent of it. Can you smell it? I can. And they would also cook, donuts, And that particular morning, for whatever reason, I don't know what it was, I could smell the donuts. And that's all I could smell. It was actually making my mouth water. And this coming from a girl who probably hasn't eaten white sugar in so many years. But it was the memory of the scent of a donut. Those moments when you've shared maybe with your children and taken them for a special treat to a pastry shop or Dunkin' Donuts, or just the joy of that moment, the knowing of what it tastes like, the decadence, that, indulgence, that little treat for yourself and for your children or whoever's sharing the company with you that moment. And so when you start feeling those feelings and recalling those scents, you're actually becoming the donut in a sense. All those senses get awakened, those five senses, and also your sixth sense, the actual knowing. You've actually had that experience through your whole body, mind, and soul. You know what it is. And, like I said, that's what will cause your mouth to water because you know the experience. And so it was so funny because I was even thinking, gosh, it would be great. I wonder what, to take actually a bite of a donut, what would it taste like again? I wonder if it tastes the same. And lo and behold, this woman comes up to me, a woman I've never ever met and never seen her before. And she just offers me this donut. She has the receipt. She had just paid for it. And she goes, oh, I want you to have this donut. It's just a special treat. I like to get special treats for people. And just because I know it's just a joyous feeling of giving something to someone if they don't expect it. And she goes, I also get joy out of giving. And the expression, like I said, of the person she's giving to. I was like, oh, how wonderful. So, long story short, that is how we create. And I know there is, like I said, there's the thing of law of attraction. It's not something I like to use because I know that if we request something, say if I say to myself, I now have $1 million. If I'm not ready to receive that $1 million, I might receive it, but then I'm also going to receive all the lessons that show that I was not ready to receive it. Like say if I received it, I might all of a sudden lose it, or I might have it stolen from me because I don't know maybe I don't know how to manage money yet, or maybe, I need to learn about, lures and temptations, really to learn focus and what is the money for. So for me, I like to just wonder about things and not be attached to outcomes. And, there's a lot of ways we can receive in that venue. And I could use so many examples. I've had so many experiences, I remember one day I was on a walk and I was like, wow, it would be really nice to get a gift of someone just giving to me from the heart. Would flowers be nice? Lo and behold, not even expecting it. Oh my gosh, it's still kind of almost emotional. This little boy, he's walking with his dad, and he's got this handful of flowers in his hand. You can tell there, he just picked them himself, right? And he stops as he's getting close to me. He stops right before me, and he's just like, I want you to have one of these flowers. And just, like I said, he was like 3, the cutest little boy, and he says, and I look up at his dad, and his dad looks at his son, and it's like, wanting to know, is this okay? Because the little boy told me they were actually for his mother, which touched me even more. A little boy wants to give a strange woman he's never met a flower from a bouquet that he's picked for his mom. Now that's intention. That's the sweetest intention to me. So I asked if it was okay, and the father asked the son, and we had that mutual conversation, and the little boy gave me this beautiful flower. It was like the color of magenta. It was just so beautiful. I treasured that little flower for a while. It's just the moment, that feeling. And I even, gave the little boy a hug. It was such a touching little moment. But that's the wonderment. That's the wonderment when we just You know, we're not attached to, oh, somebody has to buy me flowers, or why does my husband or spouse or whoever buy me flowers? You know, don't they know I want them? Or it's not, you know, thinking that somebody has to get them for you, or you have to go order them, or any of those things, or you even have to plant them. Just having that wonderment and not being attached to it will bring forth those flowers in a better way that you could even have imagined. You know, it's like a way that has all the ingredients. You know, it's not just the flower, it's just the love behind the flower. So that's why we shouldn't be attached. We should just wonder about things. Another example I can use is, it's a cute story. This older man I know, purest heart, gosh, there's so many pure hearts, I guess, but this man, he's as sweet as can be. His hearing, he no longer can hear, so basically when you speak to him, he's reading your lips more than anything. He has hearing aids, they never seem to work right. But anyways, he was having problems with the well at the house, and you know, just couldn't find a solution. And he woke up the next morning, and he's like, he was able to fix it. He says, you're not going to believe it. He goes, I woke up this morning and I heard the answer how to solve the problem. And he went down and did exactly as the answer he heard, and poof, the problem was resolved. But again, that is the wonderment, the pure at heart, that he would even hear that answer because you know he was hearing it through his higher self, because he cannot hear through the outside ears. So there are many examples I could use on the wonderment, you know. And like I said, it's to not be attached to it, you know. But those things, those purest intentions that we ask, that's the best creation field to come from. That's all I have for today. I would love to speak on it more because there's so many branches on the tree that I could go out on with this one topic. But I don't want to overwhelm. Again, have a wonderful day.